Good evening, everybody. It is WrestleScope Live 120. Did Blood and Guts live up to the expectations? We had blood, we had tacks, we had tables, and we saw Sammy Guevara go flying, which might have been the highlight of the show. I am John. Thank you very much for tuning in tonight. My voice still. Hello, Denny Flame. How are you? And hold on. Hello, Lucas. Hello, Louie. It is Derich and TKG, and I'll get back to your comments. But before I forget, folks, as always, please like the video, like the channel, follow the channel, whatever it may be, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you can be updated every time something is on here on this channel. And also, do not forget to go, and I haven't talked about this in a long time, go to our link tree. It is in the bio on every channel we're on, whether you're watching on YouTube, Facebook Live, Twitch, or Instagram. It is there. Please go check it out, and you can follow us wherever we may be at. And let's see, I'm going to get this. Oh my goodness, why is it showing that? There we go. All right, let me get back to the comments here real quick. I'm doing better. I'm feeling a little bit better today. Feeling a little bit better. Still have my cold. Got a couple of other people in the house sick, so that kind of sucks. Hi, Louie. Oh, all right. We're going to get a Louie training session update. Yes, I was hoping we were going to get something like that. The stare off between Hager and Claudio. You know, I would have loved to have seen a "We the people," but we didn't get that. So oh, TKG. Well, an early happy birthday to you, brother. All right. Hopefully you will enjoy your day. Hopefully it will be a good day for you. I actually have on right now, vice versa, China. Man, I feel so bad for Joni Lauer. She got so screwed up. It is such a shame. It really is. So my first thoughts on Blood and Guts, they stretched the match out too long. Once they got to the point where all 12 men were in, it kind of dragged. It really dragged. And I mean, obviously it took up half the show, which it pretty much needed to. But I don't know. Once he got to the final 7 to 8 minutes of the match, the only focus was on the guys on the top. And was there anything happening inside the rings? That's my question. You know, at least we didn't end up with, you know, something so stupid that, you know, you could see that Chris Jericho landed on cardboard. Fortunately, they, you know, when Sammy went off the top of the cage, that, you know, they covered it pretty well. They did do really well. All right, let's get to the Louis update here, training update. Collar and elbow tie-up, waist lock, opponent reverses, deliver a snapmare, chin lock, reverse the chin lock, roll your opponent over whilst he's on the mat. Applying a chin lock. Hey, those are important things, though. Those are very important things. Yes, we did get a swing on top of the cage. I really like how that cage is designed, because you look at it, there are no weak spots in that cage. There are no weak spots whatsoever. That thing is rock solid. There will be no Mick Foley moments up there, which Jim Ross did reference a couple of times. Oh, some more stuff from Louis. Did some stuff off the top rope. Took your first chop. See, the big thing is, who's delivering the chop? Flew off the top rope, too. Wow. Man, they're really progressing you through a lot of stuff. Yes, the match was about an hour long. It was about an hour long. And obviously, you've got to get all 12 guys in there. You're going to have to go through sequences of stuff. I'm glad that this is a once-a-year match. And I'd be perfectly fine if they didn't have it again next year and they waited 2 years to have this match again. Because there's only so much you could do with a blood and guts match. And I was happy to see that the BCC won the match. It was the right thing to do. Kingston and Claudio were able to kind of put aside their differences, though you did see at the end that was a very interesting end of the match where Cesaro got the tap out while Kingston was trying to get Jericho to submit. So there's going to be that infighting there between those two still, but neither one of them cost themselves the match, which was good. Now I did see, and I have to go back and watch this match again. I saw a lot of people tweeting, somebody's got to get Santana out of there. What happened to Santana? Now, in the midst of it, let me just say, I was watching Dynamite. I was watching the Blood and Guts match while I was in a Zoom meeting. I was in a Zoom meeting for Positive One Soccer Club. Dorit, you think you got injured? Okay. Looking to see. Let me scroll. I haven't had a chance to really scroll Twitter here. Trying to see if anybody's got any. Oh. Okay. Oh, okay. Hold on. Oh, shoot. I just lost it. So it looks like he may have hurt his knee or his. Oh, man. That does not look good. They just confirmed he has a knee injury. Yeah, I'm watching right now. Joe Carney from the Angle podcast just posted a GIF of. Yeah, that. It's like his left foot got almost stuck in the mat. Jim Ross said it. Okay. Yeah, Kingston, if you watch very carefully after the match, when the guys were all on top of the cage, he was saying to, I think it was Ortiz, it was Claudio who was trying to get him up, but Claudio was trying to get him up. He's like, no, just leave me. It's my back. I'm going to be okay, but it's my back. So I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, he may have just been playing up the fact that he was in the walls of Jericho. I mean, all of those guys are going to be banged up. But Santana, that looks, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he ripped something in his knee just looking at what he did. It's not good. It's not good at all. Yeah. Yes, Jim Ross at the end of the show did say Cesaro. And you know what? With everything going on, anybody that rips Jim Ross for that, you know, I'd like to just throat punch them all, because all these people that, sit there and rag on Jim Ross when he makes a mistake. First of all, how many years has he been in this business? Second of all, think of all the things that he's gone through in his life physically and other things going on. And yep, Excalibur said to neutralizer. So nobody's perfect, okay? Nobody is perfect. Everybody makes mistakes. Who cares? All right? It's not a big deal. Have fun with that. Have fun with that. Actually, I've done that before. I did that once. I did it once at a show. As a ring announcer, I was never expected to do teardown. Never was. But there was a show that my son Noah and I worked. And the guys just were taking off. They were leaving. And the crew was shorthanded. Like, forget it. Let's, and I said, forget it. Let's just get in there and help these guys. So we were helping, take apart the ring, moving the wood and moving everything else down to the truck. We were not asked to do it. We just jumped in and started doing it. And the promoter who I had worked with before, as a talent and as a promoter, he was super appreciative of it. Like, hey, everybody else was bailing on you. I wasn't going to leave just two guys to do this. You know what? We're fine. We were here. We did it. Okay. Yeah, they're definitely setting up for Claudio and Eddie at All Out. No, I did not used to wrestle. I was a ring announcer, and I did commentary for an independent promotion in Rockford. When I was younger, I wanted to be a wrestler, but I didn't know how to do training, how to get involved in any of it. And by the time I got connected into things, I was way too old to get started. I was way too old. It's still a dream of mine one day to have a match in some independent promotion, but quite honestly, I don't think I could do it. I think right now at my age, I really don't think I could physically do it. Couple of years ago, I might have been able to. There were some talks in one of the indie promotions I was working with that one of the guys and I were trying to convince the promoter to have me physically get involved in something. And we were starting to work on things behind the scenes. We had ideas of what we were going to do. It was going to go over the course of a couple of shows, and it never panned out. And then, the promoter went out of business, which kind of screwed things up. And then COVID happened. So, nope, I have never refereed. Never refereed before. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I would, I could probably take a couple of basic moves because I know enough of what needs to be done to protect yourself just from, working with so many independent wrestlers and being at so many shows that Um, like, anytime, anytime you're taking like a body slam, you're going to want to get your arms out as far as you can. If you can, you want to tuck your chin so your head, whether it's power bomb, body slam, you want to tuck your chin so the back of your head doesn't slam into the mat. You always want to protect your head. Oh, hell no. Heck no. There's no way I would do that. Okay, so let me ask you something else. So I think we're kind of all in agreement that the blood and guts match was good. I think it was just a tad bit too long. I think it could have been 10 minutes shorter. 10 minutes shorter and it would have been good. It really looked like once you got Eddie and Chris and Claudio and Matt Menard and Sammy up on the top of the cage, that they were stalling for time. They were stalling for time up there. And the match could have been effective and 10 minutes shorter. But overall, it did what it needed to do. I believe it finally closed the door on the JAS and Blackpool Combat Club. I don't think it has ended anything with Kingston and Jericho. Though now you have to wonder if Santana is hurt. They may have to make some adjustments to storylines again. And if Santana really is hurt, good grief, this is yet another injury for AEW. How many more can they endure? Quite honestly. It's just incredible how many guys are on the injured list right now. I thought they were setting up for a fireball, Eric, because if you notice, one of the things the camera crew at a couple of points in time did a really bad job. You could see Ty Conti trying to push what looked to be a bottle of either peroxide or rubbing alcohol through the cage to Jericho. So they were obviously setting up for some sort of a fireball spot that never happened. We never did get to see one. No, I didn't, because like I said, I was kind of half watching most of the match because I was in a Zoom call. Yeah, I've heard that complaint, and I've seen memes of her, and there was actually a a TikTok video somebody made of just how over the top. Yeah, I did notice that, Eric, because as somebody obviously didn't think that through, because as Ty was trying to push that bottle through, they were squeezing it and everything was pouring out, and yeah, it was just a mess. I loved that. I knew it was going to be a tag team because I knew they weren't going to bring out Hook and somebody random. But the fact it was Danhausen and FTR was pretty cool. And now we know Bowens isn't really as hurt as bad as, or maybe he's recovered now, because he got up, he got out, he was in the ring. I loved the way the end of that match was. That was pretty cool. And obviously now there's going to be some problems between the Ass Boys and the Acclaim, which I wouldn't mind seeing a feud again between those two teams. Though I have enjoyed the interaction when it's been Max Caster and the Ass Boys together, but yeah. I'll be happy to see Bowens back in there and the Acclaimed back together wrestling, because they're a team. Eventually, I could see them winning tag team gold in AEW. I really could. Um, when is it going to happen? Who knows? Um, what did you all think of the 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 new Luchasaurus? I really thought that Christian was going to come out with him and he was going to be unmasked. That they were going to kind of Tyson Tomko him. They his mask is now black, and obviously we're going to have a Luchasaurus Jungle Boy feud when Jungle Boy comes back. I liked the end of the FTR match. The whole point was to get Layla Gray to be the newest baddie with Red Velvet on the shelf. Though Stokely Hathaway was all for it, but Kiera Hogan and Jade Cargill weren't. It basically was just a filler segment. Yes, I did want to address this, Eric. Yep, Stu Grayson is gone, and now it appears Ellen Five Angels is also gone from AEW, as neither one of them have had their contracts renewed. And Alan Angels came out with a statement. He was offered what a lot of these AEW originals are being offered is a basically a per appearance contract, that instead of a 2 and 3 and 5 year deal, they are paid per appearance. And he opted not to do that. He wants to ply his trade elsewhere, which is admirable. I give him credit for that. But you have to wonder, what does this mean for the Dark Order? They've already lost 2 members. Many of these guys were AEW originals, guys that were there at the very beginning. With Al Angels gone, with Stu Grayson gone, what does this mean for Evil Uno, for John Silver, for Alex Reynolds, for Preston Vance? What does this mean for these guys? Are we seeing the end of the Dark Order? Which is a shame, because I have really liked that group. But ever since Hangman Adam Page kind of went on his own way away from them, they've really been stuck in dark elevation. And yes, I know Anna Jay's still with the group. Where is Colt Cabana? Where is Colt Cabana? I don't know if he's hurt or what's going on with him. Let's see if Colt Boom Boom Cabana has been tweeting anything. I mean, I don't even know if he's still part of AEW, quite honestly. Ah, okay. So he's been working on a project in Australia. That would make sense too. Wait. What about Wrestle Talk? What about them? Very true. You know that when Brody passed, there really hasn't been a consistent storyline for them. And a lot of it has to do with the fact that AEW really is trying to go more serious with everything. I mean, yes, you still have Orange Cassidy, though he is getting more serious. And I'll tell you, I love his new theme music. I love Jane by Jefferson Starship, and I think that is a great song for him to come out to. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting Rampage, and they're taping it tonight. They're taping it right now, which means Rampage is going to have the two rings. They're going to have to clean up all that crap. I wouldn't be surprised if they haven't even started the Rampage taping yet. But who knows? Now, are the Bucks actually defending the titles against Goto and Hashi? Or is it just a tag team match? No, I think Dakota Kai, we will see her soon in AEW. But I think the one that is going to beat her for the belt is somebody that is going to debut at Arthur Ashe in September. A former NXT Women's Champion, a former Raw, SmackDown, and WWE Women's Tag Team Champion that will be debuting in AEW at Arthur Ashe. Hmm. Who could it be? Who could it be? Who? 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 Nope. Nope. Ding, 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 ding. That's right. If you believe Raj Giri is the only one that is swearing up and down that Sasha Banks has been released. That she actually has been released from WWE, though they have not officially announced it yet. She's still listed internally. No, it is not confirmed. But Raj Giri, like I said, the only guy on the planet that continues to talk about the fact that she has been released, he swears that on June 10th, it's not official. Sasha and her lawyers are still working out details on things, but for all intents and purposes, she has been released. And if that's the case, if June 10th is that date, she would be able to appear at, what is that? Dynamite Slam, Dynamite Grand Slam, whatever they're calling it at Arthur Ashe. She could be there. Yes, June 10th, 3 weeks ago. think she'd be good in AEW. I think she would. I really do. Though, before they start adding any more talent, whether it's a Sasha Banks, a Dakota Kai, Candice LeRae, whoever it may be, they've got to start booking the women's division better. They really do. And I'll give it a pass for tonight because of blood and guts, but you literally gave the women's division 5 minutes on the show tonight. Again, I will give them a pass. Eric, yes. Well, that might be something she's trying to negotiate. But even if there was a 90-day no-compete clause, 90 days from June 10th would put you at September 9th. Arthur Ashe doesn't happen until, what is it, like September 21st, September 23rd? Okay, is this confirmed, Rich? Are these the competitors in the Battle Royal on Rampage? Silver, Kazarian, Rush, Cassidy, Takeshita, Penta, Hobbs, Lee, Stark, Strickland, Butcher, Darby, Dustin, Dante, Matt Hardy, or is that Matt Hardy? Tony Nese, Brody King, Dante twice? Dante's in it twice. Blade and Caster. Boy. So let's see. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. Okay, there's got to be one other guy in here because you listed Dante Martin twice. Boy, taking a look at this, it's interesting that Rush is in it, but Andrade's not. It's interesting that Penta's in it, but Ray Phoenix isn't. Oh, Hangman. Okay. Not going to be Hangman. Not going to be Hangman. Well, let's go through process of elimination of who it won't be. Won't be John Silver. Won't be Kazarian. Won't be Dustin. Won't be Matt Hardy. Dustin would be a nice shout, though. I actually wouldn't mind seeing Dustin Rhodes being the first challenger. That actually would not be bad. Won't be Tony Nese. Won't be Dante. Won't be Caster. I don't think it's going to be Darby. Not Butcher or Blade. I think this is where we're going to see the breakup of Strickland and Lee. Keith Lee is going to eliminate Swerve Strickland. Though, well, maybe not, because we still have to see the tag team battle between Swerve and Our Glory and Butcher and the Blade. I'm going to say it's either going to be Rush or Dustin Rhodes, actually. I think it's going to be either Rush or Dustin Rhodes. Like I said, for a very first one, I would like to see it be Dustin Rhodes. I think that would be kind of cool. Give him a shot at the World Championship. I think it would only be his second time in AEW getting a shot at the championship. And those two would put on a really good match. I really think they would put on a really good match. That would be a fun one to see. Whether it's on, if it's on Dynamite in a couple of weeks. Doesn't have to be a main event. I think it would be a good match. Well, you have to keep in mind, who would the better competitors be? Eddie Kingston. You have to eliminate everybody that was in the Blood and Guts match tonight. So that's 11 guys right there that you take out of the equation. You don't have either of the guys from FTR. You don't have the Young Bucks. You don't have, why is Preston Vance not in this match? Why is, nobody from the night, from the factory? I mean, what other big names could you possibly put in? No, I said 11 because Moxley wouldn't be in a match to determine who's going to be his first who his first contender is going to be. That's why I said 11. Yeah, all those guys are too banged up. See, I would be smart. I'd slip under the bottom rope until the very end and then sneak in and throw out whoever. Or while they're attempting to throw somebody out, I sneak in and just grab them by the legs and flip them over and I win. I would not want to be in a match with Jon Moxley. That would scare the living crap out of me, okay? It would. I mean, did you see some of the stuff that he did tonight in that match? Forks and skewers and thumbtacks, and I think there was a bag of broken glass at some point in time. I mean, it was downright butt ugly out there. Or as Jim Ross would say, it was bowling shoe ugly. I mean, it just got... If I was trained how to take it, yes. If Moxley if I just stepped into a ring right now and Moxley did it to me, probably not. No, it would have to be, I would have to be trained how to do the move. Well, he came out just to announce the Blood and Guts match, which I'm getting a little concerned for JR because they only had him do half the Forbidden Door show, and he only did the Blood and Guts match tonight. Are they starting to cut his schedule down? Hopefully he's not dealing with any health issues. I mean, because he's in his JR's in his 70s, isn't he? He's got an issue going on with his leg? Didn't realize he came out of the heel tunnel. Didn't notice that. I always forget which one is the heel and the babyface tunnel. He is 70. Okay. I don't think we're ever going to see Jerry Lawler in AEW. What the? Oh my goodness. Yeah. Well, I mean, he is getting older, and he's got to take care of his health. As long as he's taking care of himself, that's the important thing. I mean, I've been watching JR for, good grief, 35 years. And yeah, Lucas, I saw what you sent on Instagram. That was funny. That was funny. I like that. All right. I think I'm going to get going here, guys. It was a fun show tonight. Um, I think the first hour got overshadowed by Blood and Guts. The second hour, I mean, there was really nothing massively noteworthy from the first hour. Um, the 6-man tag was fun. What would I rate the show? I'd give it an 8 out of 10. I'd give it an 8 out of 10. I mean, it was a good show. Like I said, hour one. I mean, the Orange Cassidy Ethan Page match was good. It was entertaining. Got to see a little bit of a different side of Orange Cassidy tonight. I like the 6-man tag match. I could have done without the Jade Cargill match tonight, but it is what it is. I think it's still setting up for something. They could have done more with the women's division tonight, but whatever. It was a throwaway match. It was a filler. And yes, Kid is awesome. We already talked about that Alan Angels is now gone. So he's the second member of the Dark Order that has not been renewed by AEW. Hasn't been released. AEW does not release talent. They just don't renew contracts. That's what it comes down to. Which means if Alan Angels wanted to show up on SmackDown this week, he could, because there's no non-compete clauses. But he's not going to. He's not going to. I'm sure, he's going to be fine. He's going to get independent bookings. He may end up in Impact. There's a possibility he could come back for Ring of Honor, go to MLW. Who knows? Who knows? There's a lot of opportunities for guys like them. So, all right, I will be back tomorrow night. I don't know what we're going to talk about tomorrow night. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm thinking Money in the Bank predictions is going to be late Friday night. It's going to have to be late Friday night because I'm waiting to find out who the final man is that's going to be announced for the Money in the Bank match. And they're not going to do that until SmackDown. If they do it early enough on in the show, I may come on live during the last half hour of SmackDown and we'll do our predictions. I watched a couple of prediction streams today, and it's kind of funny how everybody's just, yep, that match is a given. That's a given. Yeah, we pretty much know what's going to happen there. Don't really care about this match. Yeah, that's probably going to be a DQ. And then it comes down to the Money in the Bank ladder matches. I am going to have an interesting take on Friday night about something that could potentially happen in the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. It's not my idea. I'm borrowing it from somebody else that mentioned it today, but I think it's one that has to be brought up because it could potentially happen. All right, Marcus, I am sorry. Oh, excuse me. Sorry you're not feeling well today. Io Shirai is still in WWE. She's going to be returning from injury soon. So, All right. Have a great night, everybody. I'm starting to get tired from the nighttime cold medicine I took earlier. So have a great night. I will talk to you guys tomorrow for WrestleScope Live 121.